Hello. I was debating going through all of my journal planner things in one video, and then I thought, no, no, nope, nope, nope. All right, so this is a how is my ink log, ink pen, whatever log holding up. This was December, and I did the what's that thing called? Ink vent. This is the ink vent. In January, I decided to do 4 rows instead of taking up, like, I don't know whether I like either one of them better. It doesn't really matter. And I'm just writing down the inks. Or I'm trying to. I think in one spot I screwed up. Yeah, there. TWSBI Vac Mini. Nope, that's not what I was doing. So this is just the inks. Just to have an overview of kind of the color palette of the month. Maybe just to remember in case I want to duplicate it later. And plus, I love swatching. Like, I will. That's like one of my favorite things. If I'm stressed out, bored, whatever, I will just swatch. And you'll see here is basically what pens the inks were in, kind of in a way. And I drew out all these numbers with, where's that stencil? I had it right here so I wouldn't forget it. With this little stencil I made on my Cricut. Made with, I think, Army font. Basically, yeah, I'm just putting what pens and the inks are in here. In January, I did this and then this so that, because you can kind of see through. It's Tomoe River. And I thought that would be better. And I was leaving myself space to comment. I haven't had any comments. And then I smeared this. Yay. But I love how this looks. So I decided to keep doing it for February. I don't know what's wrong with me. I started out with the second, so I had to rip out a page from the back of the book and put 01. And then, like, on the next day, I did this totally off, and I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. And then I accidentally did it on the top for this week. But who cares? And look, I screwed up again. I'm trying to be kind to myself about seeing things and doing things wrong because of how badly I kind of see things. I cannot achieve perfection anymore. It just is the way it is. So I'm just going to go down here for the next week. Just kind of rolling with it. I have all my so I have the 2 currently inks I did. So on page 137, there's the currently inked for January. And then on page 141, currently inked for February. And then all the pens are kind of, where are the pens? I think the pens are up here. So, yeah. This is how I've done all the pens. And I just kind of, as I fill it with ink or switch out a nib or whatever, I put it in there. And those I've been logging. I'm trying to lift this up because my camera is still doing a weird thing where every time I turn it on, it seems to be looking at a different position. So that's currently inked. New pen day. New ink day. Nibventory. Penventory. So I started filling out the penventory of what page each pen is on. And then I have some, like, nibs. Yeah, so these are just the nibs. And then every time I put that in a pen and put an ink in it, I can just go, how do I like this journaler nib? What did I like in the journaler nib? Because I have a lot of, and I plan to have even more, variations on Jowo number 6. But yeah, so that's the medium, Opus 88, fine, number 5. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep track of, and that's for the Nibventory, and I haven't filled that out yet, but this is the Nibventory. I doubt I'll have more than one page of nibs. It's kind of specialty nibs. I'm really only going to put specialty nibs and nibs I could get grind or have had ground or whatever. I'm not going to, like, write out every TWSBI medium nib or whatever. So yeah, this is when I get fountain pen meetups, I swatch out the inks and then I put that that'll be logged here because we're silly and we call ourselves the Fountaineers. I like it. So yeah, I'll just kind of put all the ink swatches I get. I swear, every time I go to one of those fountain pen meetups, I'm like, I'm not going to take any samples. And then they have like crazy interesting inks there. I have so many inks. So yeah, and this is, I just stamped it out on leftover weeks pages. I've just been ripping some out from my previous pen ink log. So it's a different color. It's stamped kind of crappy. It's placed in not straight. I'm just going with this look. Again, I can't do things straight. I can't do things perfect anymore. And so I'm leaning into this. But yeah, this is what my ink journal is looking like. And I haven't had a problem keeping up with it because I just kind of keep it with my daily journal. And I'll journal a page and then I'll do this. And then I'll journal a page and then I'll do this. So hopefully that will last during the year. I think I'm just, because it doesn't really matter. I'll probably just do February the same way I did January. And I'm just writing in the numbers. I bought little tiny stickers, but then I thought I'm going to screw that up, placing those in with my site. So I'm just writing them in. I need to write in these, and I need to finish doing these stencils for the month of February. And so I just kind of do that at the beginning of the month or the end of the previous month. And hopefully I can keep going. These stickers, these monthly stickers are from Cayenne Ackerman. It's Patreon. I don't know whether she's selling them on her... I think I need to cut one of those a little bit more to the edge. See, I can't see well enough to cut these perfectly to the edge when they go off. Anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So that is what I'm doing. I've been trying to think of what kind of January, February stickers to put in here. And whether I'm even going to bother. I mean, I think I probably should start out the month. I have this thing. Paper House Life Organized with a bunch of months and things like that. So maybe I'll just use something from there. Maybe these ones because they look like they have a little swatch underneath them. And that is the ink log. So I keep this little stencil with this, and I think here's the little stickers I didn't use. Yeah, so I bought these and then chickened out on putting them in. Maybe at a later date I will put them in. Doesn't really matter. And yeah. And I keep spare pieces of paper in this folder, and also bigger stencils, just in case for some unknown reason I wanted to do that. And I pre-stamped out currently inked using these pegs stamps. That is pretty much it. And then this, I think I'm going to take out and put with my journal. Because I was going to use these numbers, but then I just made small ones for myself on my Cricut. And I want this back with my journal. All right, so that is my updated ink log, how it's going. I don't know why I have this in here, because I don't really need it. There's grid already. I usually have this, because I'm obsessed with stars. I got that off Etsy. And this is housed in my I have no idea who made it cover that I got a few years ago. B6 Common Planner, undated, from 2023. All right, bye. Okay, so let's talk journals. I am still doing daily journaling, amazingly. the first thing I do is I carry this thing around with me in my pocket. And I just write as I think of something that may be interesting to journal about later. And I've kept that up. And then that is used to work in my TN. So then I print out the photos, place in the stickers that have to do with whatever, like I took the train or the underground, journal, phone calls. And then all the photos also go in here. So this is January. I also put December in here. So that is going pretty well. And this, like, the amazing thing about this is, like, I think I've mentioned before, I cannot do anything straight. It doesn't seem to matter. Like, I've done a couple of these completely wonky crooked, like that one and then this one. When you're looking at the overall picture, you just can't tell. It's not a big deal. But it isn't to me. You guys are probably like, ee! Yeah. So I'm keeping that up. And then with this, I will then go and fill in. Oh, this is just here because sometimes this is in my bag. If my pockets are full of something else, I'll stick this inside here and that goes in my bag. This is usually my bag. I'm supposed to be sketching in it. I haven't done a single thing. I was supposed to go to a sketching thing and I had it all ready. And then my husband got sick and I'm not driving at the moment. So that didn't happen. But yeah, I can put my little watercolor thing in here. Stick a water brush in here. And where'd that pen go? I just had it. One of these. With carbon black. So that's kind of in my purse, hoping that I'll draw. January, I didn't pressure myself too much because I wanted to just get in my journals and planners and make sure that I knew what I was doing with those and I got to flow with that. And then I'm going to add other things. Yeah, and then this is the 5-year. I think I may have I done even one day? I don't think I have. I chose the color, but I haven't done one day. My plan is I will just keep up with this. It used to be the other way around. I do this. I didn't do this. I do this, and then I do that later. But I was trying to carry this A. Didn't like that. That made me really nervous. This has my whole life for the past 4 years in it. So, yeah, I kind of figure I will write it at the end of every month. I'll take that and this and fill this in. And that's what I'm doing this weekend. So that is the daily journals. I'm still not hugely comfortable with how big I'm writing. I don't know if I like my writing this big. I tend to usually write because I'm usually in a Hobonichi. I wrote this small once, kind of like that small. And I guess I could still do it. It just feels weird. It's like I feel like I should be writing really huge. So I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm going with it. I reached the middle here. So with the 29 days, I should finish this in February. And then I have to decide whether I'm going to just go straight back into an A6 Hobonichi or cut an A5 Hobonichi down to B6 Slim or use a Cosmo Air B6 Slim. So I haven't decided. But I'll need to decide before the end of the month what I'm doing. I really enjoyed being in this cover. I like this cover a lot. I am not a huge fan of this fuzzy. So I'm going to be conditioning it, which hopefully gets rid of the fuzz some. And I'll do a video of just doing that. You can hang out with me. All right. What is her name? Journal Sunshine. She did it with this stuff. And so I'm just going to copy exactly what she did. because I want this to feel more like this. This just feels, it almost feels kind of like rubber, which I know is probably not the point with leather, but I'm not a suede girl. Suede kind of creeps me out. Just the feeling of it on my fingers. I have texture issues. So that's my journals. And that's the either all by itself video or a portion of another video. This is the Hobonichi Weeks and Sterling Ink N2 portion of the video. So this is my planner, my office. You can tell it's like totally, I've got a clipboard, I've got everything on here. This is the weeks. I love this cover. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm just doing my job and it's working really, really well. And I'm actually, look at this to-do list. Wait. The to-do list gets a little bit shorter every week. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah. So it's actually working better than my previous system. I'm really surprised, amazed, love it, great. And I love that I can just take the book out and run when I have to have a lightweight day. All right, next we've got a health journal. So my last year's health journal was more kind of about Trekkie was wrong with me. You know, you just look back at it and it's all sad. And I just repeat things day after day after day. You know, oh, I'm overheating and blah, 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 my eye. I decided to kind of instead work on improvement this year. So this is the Sterling Ink. I think it's called the N2. In the months, I literally printed out all these feet and I've stuck them all the way to the end of the year. I fussy cut, and like I went through, I know. It's a bit much, but I've done it. So I don't have to think about it anymore. Now I just put in my steps. January was about seeing what my baseline is kind of for steps. February is going to be increasing. It's a little bit difficult for me to walk around. The light just has to be just right. So not too bright, not too dark. Otherwise I just don't see like hazards. In the UK, we've got cracked sidewalks pretty much, pavement, I think I'm supposed to call it. I don't know. And I'm tripping all the time and I'm not really supposed to fall down. My other improvement I'm trying to make in the weeks is I'm trying to cut down on soda. I drink a lot of diet soda. I'm completely addicted. I'm kind of self-medicating. I've run out of my top up dose of ADHD meds and it's going to be a whole ordeal to try and get it back. So I was just doing caffeine through that method to kind of, anyways, you don't need to know any of that. So I'm trying to drink more water and drink less soda. And so, and then these green waters are this like sparkling sugar-free, like no sugar added, no sugar-free things added thing. And then this is Element. So I'm just trying to track what I'm drinking. I started switching. I tried to switch all the way to caffeine free. That's what the red is. That did not work. So I'm having to kind of cut down. So the purple is, Coke Zero Cherry Coke, which tastes okay in the UK, tastes nasty in the States. And then these are the caffeine free. So I figure if I can cut back on the caffeine first. This day I had an issue. This day I didn't drink enough water. These are how many hours I am spending just staring at my phone. I don't sleep great, so I kind of wake up and I'm trying not to look at my phone when I wake up. I just kind of turn on this like deep space noise to try and get me back to sleep. If I do look at my phone, I'm trying to just do solitaire until I fall asleep because that's boring the more you play that. Yeah. I'm tracking ADHD days and I forgot to take my meds, so I was just dragging. This is my sleep cycle and my energy level. I'm just, in a way, I'm kind of trying to track also kind of hormone stuff and sleep. Like, does sleep affect my ADHD? Does hormones affect everything? You know, upset tummy, that seems to be related to headaches, I'm finding. And I'm trying to figure out which. Oh, I added coffee this week. So I do 3 coffees a day. That day I did 4 coffees. I'm not doing great on cutting down on soda. Actually, no, I cut down 1 can. So I'm 1 can less. But I was feeling really normal yet tired and cranky, and this is trying to happen, so that's why. I figured out why my tummy is gurgling, so you won't have to hear that in videos anymore. It seems to be that the lactose-free cream isn't entirely lactose-free. Yeah, dehydrated because I didn't drink my water. I think I didn't drink my water just for 1 day. Nope, 2 days. 2 days I didn't drink enough water. My shoulder was aching. You know, I am still tracking the things that are really bothering me, but I'm not tracking all of it like I was doing in here. Every time I had eczema or rosacea or something like that, I was tracking it constantly. So I'm just kind of, you know, if it's bad that day, if it's notable, I will track it. But I'm more trying to concentrate on improving and reducing this. And like, if you see the stickers, like, I think I'm going to go down to 3 sodas a day. You might then see 4 coffees, but I think coffees are better than the kind of aspartame that's in the soda. So I'm trying to come off of that as much as possible. I don't think it's realistic to come off of it entirely because I really like it. I don't know. I love bubbles. Yeah. So that's the health planner. So in this planner, I've got, I mean, it's like a tracker. I just have a bunch of stickers I made in Canva, and they go in there. And all these books have like a sticker book with them. So this is the social media. This one has like recording and YouTube and Instagram and Discord. So I thought I was going to be just so much more social this year. This is editing. And so far, I think I've done no Instagram posts. And I've posted like 2 things to the Discord server, 2 pictures, and one was yesterday. Because I knew I was going to be filming this video, so I was trying to fill this out. So on this side, I plan the next videos. On this side, I kind of do... Let me see my own frame, yeah. What I recorded, what I edited. Yeah, just in the month, I track what was uploaded when. And in here, I'm swatching, because I will swatch everywhere. Everywhere I swatch. I even swatch in my journal. I don't think I showed you guys that when I showed you my journal, so 1 second. I found these Muji sticky note months. So at the end of every month, I'm going to stick one of these in. Just to have a cute overview. I think swatches look good. All right, so we've done health. We've done social media. Now let's do... Just going to throw these. This one is my project. It's only going you know. I'm printing out the books, and I'm supposed to be writing, you know, reviews of them. That's gone great. This is January 2nd. I haven't done it. Packages in, letters out. Basically, it's if I do any crochet or knitting or resin or any of my other projects, I'm just going to kind of celebrate it in here. Celebrate reading and listening to books. And in the front, I've got a running total of spending. So I'm trying not to spend unless I've sold something. So I'm only allowed to buy things with that amount. And then when I sell something, my husband gives me that money in cash. because I want to kind of just buy things in person, not so much online. Online is a little bit of my downfall. So, and then if I buy something, I give it back to him. The money. If I buy something online, I have to give it to him. So yeah, that's it. There's empty pages. I haven't really done a whole lot yet. I've just been trying to get comfortable in here. This was the day that I finished stickering the feet, which was a huge accomplishment, I feel. Got a really good deal on the yarn for my big project. Where is my big project? Oh, my sewing machine foot arrived for the sewing machine my friend gave me. So this is my big project for the year. Don't know if you could see it. I'm going to try and make a sweater like this. There isn't a pattern for it. This lady made it and sold it, and it's sold out. So, but I was thinking maybe more kind of along this colorway. But anyways, I got 10 balls of Cascade 220 superwash for like 30 pounds. And that would have been 100 pounds if I bought it at a yarn store. So that's what I have to knit it with, or crochet it with. But yeah, that is the plan. So I will be chipping away at that. This is when I finished the squares for the pencil case, and I wrote a letter. I have to write things about all these things. I just haven't gone through and done that. That is also happening this weekend. And I finished this book yesterday. And yeah, so that's what this is. Oh, I'm also in the back, my low spend, I'm writing a list of what I bought. And then what I've sold in my 100. My goal is to purge 100 items that I'm not using. And I'm starting with covers. So yeah, for some reason I've misplaced like 3 of these. I just seem to have two left. I don't know where they've all gone. This one goes in here because it goes with this. But yeah, where'd I put them? So that's another thing to do this weekend is find those. That is the kind of update, the January update. I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm chugging along. It is a lot. I don't know whether I'll be able to keep it up. I don't know whether I will combine these two somehow. Maybe not. But they're making me happy. I'm enjoying them. And that is all. Bye-bye.